So in the last few videos, we spoke about small businesses and sizing their DPOs accordingly. In this video, we'll talk about a mid-sized business and how should they look at a DPO in their organization. Welcome to my YouTube channel where you have been watching new content on data privacy on a daily basis. Now, so what are the key DPO requirements when it comes to a sort of a mid-sized business? You're slightly away from a smaller business. Mid-sized business would have slightly more activities, maybe more sensitive personal data as well. For example, if you are a localized Indian company, but your customers and your online customer, maybe through a software SaaS model or something, is a European customer, then you fall under GDPR as well. So you need a bit more dedication even from your DPO to help you comply with the international regulations. And I just gave example of GDPR, but if you're doing even a minutest of sales or purchase outside your country, then you need to follow the compliances of that respective country as well. Data handling has to be proper and becomes more important now, and regular audits also become more important as compared to a small scale business. There are departments now, right? So now it is not left to a single department, a small 2-3 purchase vendors or 2-3-5 customers. Now there could be a larger setup like 500 employees, multiple offices, or say even one large office in one part of the country, but then multiple employees means now you would perhaps have a dedicated HR department, dedicated sales department. You'll have those employees divided into various departments, right? So you have to see the effectiveness across departments and ensure that your organization stays compliant. Remember important factors getting added up: international and departments. Then what about privacy culture? Well, logically that remains the same between a small organization and it starts with the same thing. Are your stakeholders in tune with the need of privacy to be there in the systems? Have you educated the employees enough on the need of privacy for the organization? Privacy as a part of the process, privacy by design. Privacy embedded into each and every process of your organization. Anyone who handles any personal information handles it carefully enough that he does not share it wrongly. He does not misuse it for anything other than the defined purpose. And then regular privacy awareness sessions. Remember now that you are not handling 100 employees, you are not handling 50 or 25 employees. Now you are handling a larger setup. So even if it's only a single office, then the number of people being more, your effort as a DPO is more, right? You have to create a privacy culture in a larger ecosystem as compared to a mid-sized organization, or as compared to a small-sized organization. You would have multiple vendors, as I mentioned earlier. You could have multiple customers also being a SaaS vendor, but if you are a SaaS vendor, you will definitely have multiple vendors. Infrastructure in India and softwares and software licenses outside India. So you'll have multiple vendors, and therefore you need better control over your vendors and their data processing capabilities and capacities. You might engage with third-party data processors. You might set up a support center to provide customer service to your customers. You might set up a call center to call up and take feedback, or to call up and generate leads, right? So all those vendors would be there, and they may end up processing sensitive information, because if someone is booking orders for you, then his tool is probably taking the financial information of the customer. So you need to be more strict in your contracts with your vendor. Privacy elements need to be added there, and you need to now carry privacy audits for those vendors. Ensure that they are compliant, and you have a record to justify that they are compliant. You might create brief scenarios to see whether they are able to handle it or not, because you are answerable to your customer, because you collected the data. It's for getting processed for your needs, not for their needs. Then you come on to balance and collaboration. Can you balance out? Well, now it's important, as I mentioned earlier. So now you actually need privacy people within your system. How would you talk to 500 people on a regular basis, or how do you expect an external agency? Now in this case, if you put up external agencies to talk to your 500 people regularly, get into your multiple vendors regularly, you might end up making it a bit more costly to outsource as compared to a small business, or as compared to having an inbuilt system. So you could have a couple of privacy people, junior people, who monitor the day-to-day basic practices are in place, who monitor with different department people, ground level people, field level people, to see whether they are functioning or privacy processes are being adhered or not. And then you have an in-house DPO who manages those contracts, who manages the inter-department communications and collaborations, so that the entire process should be taken care of. Now when I collect a customer information, now there are multiple custodians of this. A sales department who actually bought me the customer, a service department who is catering to the needs of the customer, and a finance department who is collecting payments from this customer. Right? Similar is to the vendor, someone who is buying it from the vendor, someone who is talking to contracts and all, and someone who is releasing payments for these vendors. So now every entity that talks to you has multiple departments, and therefore as a DPO or as a privacy compliant organization, you have to deal with multiple people, collaborate with multiple people to ensure everyone's processes are so updated that everyone is able to help you meet your privacy needs. That's an important thing that has got added up. So you need a team collaboration to ensure that privacy is embedded in all the processes of your organization. You may end up outsourcing tasks. Which kind of tasks? DPIs, external audits. Now you are a larger company. It would always be good and make you more confident if you get external audits done, if your impact assessments, which are now going to be larger than a smaller organization. So you get external help over there. Create a balance. Utilize the hybrid approach to see that the basic processes are also monitored on a daily basis, are reported and escalated to a DPO. You need a DPO in any case. Like the larger setup, right to information says you need a DPO contact also in the any process that you are following up. So right to information, if anyone wants to use this right to information, the DPO contacts are there, are supposed to be there, right? So these kind of things like adhering to rights and data subject requests, you can talk of right to data portability, right to object. These are slightly complex issues, so your internal DPO may not be 100% able to handle them. So leverage the support from external for complex issues and handle the internal things yourself. Create a hybrid approach and ensure that your mid-size environment is 100% privacy compliant. That's what I have to speak about the key DPO tips when it comes to a mid-size business. I hope you like my content. Please press like and bell icon. Share my video with your friends who can see some value and in learning, or maybe who need some help with privacy practices. I'll be more than happy to help. My contact details are there in the video description. Subscribe to my channel to stay updated and share your feedback in the comment section. Thank you.